Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. Today we are talking about the Tom Ford, what are you called, eye defining pen, and also a Joe Mousselli product called Xtreme Lashes. It's a long lasting eye pencil. So I'm coming to you from Storm Central. It is very windy outside. They're predicting 90 mile an hour gusts throughout the storm. So if you hear anything squeaking or furniture hitting the house, then that's what it probably is. My hair was really nice before this, but I had to go outside and secure some furniture, so hopefully we can get through this filming and through this storm in one piece. So we'll move on with the product. So we have the Tom Ford eye defining pen. A lot of people talked about this in the ride or die tag, and I thought I should give it a try. I have used liquid kind of like pens like this in the past. Ico was my next favorite one, and I've tried Physicians Formula from the drugstore, which is also good. The applicator on that is a little bit of like a brush, so it's kind of interesting. But what happens with me with liquid liner is if it's not precise enough, then I end up overcompensating and then my wing gets gigantic. So I don't know if that's happened to you before, but I'm looking for precision so I don't have to either go with a gigantic wing or start over. So something that's going to be effective and efficient so I'm not wasting too much time, but also getting that wing in there and making sure that it stays. And then in terms of the other product, the one by Joe Mousselli, I usually use the Marc Highliner to tightline, but mine was getting kind of dried out. And my sister had introduced me to this. If you watched the What's in Her Bag, she traveled with this and had raved about it. So I thought I'd give it a try for the tightline. It had a really creamy, kind of like a grease pencil texture. So I thought that would work really well for tight lining. So if you would like to see what my thoughts are, I go through the application process and kind of talk you through my first impressions. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So we're going to take the Tom Ford eyeliner, and it's again two-ended, two-sided, and I'm going to take the longer side and I'm going to go across the lash line and try and make a little wing. Actually, I think I'm going to start out with the wing and then connect the eyeliner. And my eyes are round, so I'm not going to take it, I'm going to actually try and get it really, really thin along the lash line until I get to the wing part. So first application, first impression is that it is very precise and you don't get a lot of color where you don't want it, which is really nice. So I'm just following this line from my bottom lash up to make the wing. So you can see there's a little bit of a wing right now. I think winged eyeliner is harder on round eyes because you're having to compensate for the slope that goes down at the end. Almond shaped eyes are nice because they are already kind of tapered upwards towards the end, but with a round eye it goes down, so you've got to really compensate for that shape at the end. So the next thing I'm going to do is, now I have this initial wing, I'm going to go along the lash line really close to it because I don't have a large eyelid, so I don't want to take up a whole lot of space with the liner. And I'm just kind of laying the pen along the lash line and gently dotting it on as I go, just so I don't end up all over the place. Okay, so you can see it's a very fine line. Now I'm going to take the liner and fill it in. So I'm going to want to go from about a third in from the end right here, and I'm going to fill in that entire section. It seems like a lot, but that's really the only way it works on my eye because, again, of the round shape. You can see a little bit of a wing starting, and I'm just going to fill that portion in. Maybe I'll switch to the more blunt side. Well, it's not blunt. The shorter, this side. I think I'll switch to that to fill in because it's feeling like the brush on this is a little bit long for what I'm trying to do. So let's see if that's better. This is definitely better for more compact spaces. The longer end is good for the longer lines, if that makes sense. And when you need to fill in or make a quick correction, the shorter end seems to be better for that. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, everything that they're saying about this eyeliner is right. I've tried a few eyeliners, I think from Kat Von D, and what's another one I've used? I've used drugstore one, Physicians Formula, and those are pretty good, but this, I think Ico is another one that was the best out of all the ones I've tried, but this is in a category all its own, just in terms of the control that you have and then how it deposits color. Yeah, definitely something that lives up to the hype. I'm gonna go in and do the other eye. So I've got the eyeliner on both eyes, but I just like to smudge it out a little bit because the line is never really perfect in terms of being straight. So that's user error, not the pencil's error. So I'm going to, not the eyeliner's error, but I'm gonna go ahead and just smudge it out with my finger and see how pliable it is. Okay, you can definitely smudge it out. It doesn't dry down too quickly, which is nice because sometimes you want to manipulate the edge, or maybe you made a little mistake. You can fix it really quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara, and then we will come back with the next pencil, the Xtreme Lashes by Mousselli. Okay, I'm gonna go in now. I've done my mascara. You know, it's so funny, you have mascara that you count on every day and then sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know. It was weird. Hard time with mascara today, but we're gonna move on with tight lining with the Xtreme Lashes by Mousselli. I usually use the Marc Jacobs highliner, but that kind of dried out, so I thought I'd give this a try after my sister suggested it. So here we go. I really liked, I just washed it on my hand when I was with her, and it was very smooth and didn't tug at all, so hopefully that will happen here as well. It fell off. Do you see what happened? The tip fell off. It fell off. Fell off in my lap and didn't draw on anything else. Shoots! Here it is. I think I'm just gonna sharpen it because that's not good. Okay, let me put this in a place where I'm not gonna step on it and smush it all over the carpet, because I would totally do that. So now I need to sharpen this. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. It is sharpened again. Let's give this another go. And I wasn't even putting that much pressure on it, just like fell off. Okay, I have to say application on that was really, really smooth. Yes. Okay, after that first snafu with a little part coming off the top there, it does work really well. And so the real test will be if it stays or not, because if it transfers to the bottom lashes, not bottom lashes, but to the waterline, that's kind of a test. And then if it smudges just below that. But so far the application was really easy. I don't like pencils that are too hard because then it's tugging my eye and irritating it. It'll be interesting to see how the wear is with it, and then I will leave some notes below to let you know how many hours I wore it, how many hours I wore it, and then how it did. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and we'll take a look at how this liner looks. All right, so my initial thoughts, or my impression on my first impression, is that yes, this thing is pretty amazing. Definitely worth every penny, I would say, because it does save time because it's so precise, and then it gives you what you're actually trying to do. So sometimes you have something in mind and the tool is not helping you achieve that. It's getting in the way actually, but this does exactly what you want it to do. So even though it's more on the expensive side, it's definitely more user-friendly. I think even for beginners, you might want to practice a little bit, but this might be interesting to try as a beginner too, because it does give you a lot more control over the liner than say something from the drugstore. I think drugstore is good if you've never done this before, but if you've tried a couple times, gone through a couple pens, you might want to try this one next because it will change your game. So it is a game changer, I have to agree, and it'll probably become part of my permanent routine when I want to do an eyeliner. Like I said, it's really it's easy to use, which is cool. And then also the color, which is one deeper. I don't know if there are other colors. I don't think there are. I didn't see one, but it is a very black. So I love how dense it is as well. And then as for the Joe Mousselli, it went on really smoothly. It has not transferred to the bottom part of my waterline down here or under my eye, and I will let you know if that does happen. I'll wear this for a few more hours. If something goes amiss, I'll write that in the description box below. But so far, yes, 2 for the win. So even though this is expensive, it's definitely in a class of its own, and I have not experienced another eye pen that works like this. So if you want the best, pick it up. And as for this, I will continue to use it. Again, I liked how smooth it was, and it will be interesting to see over the next month if it stays as creamy as it does or if it dries out. But if you enjoyed this, if you learned something, or if you were just entertained, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.